Alright, what's up YouTube? Uncle40 here, sponsoring some brand new shirts. Now with a big fat dragon in the middle of my shirt. Gotta love it. Anyway, so last time we made a video about our good friend Imperial Order. And a couple people were like, it's been a week, why the fuck are you talking shit about Imperial Order? Because the card's fucking mind-boggling. Fucking science. Boom. Fucking Bill Nye the Science Guy. Fucking fireworks everywhere. Fucking science. Like, I didn't realize that, took a fucking genius to, realize that the card is devastating to the format, and there are a few people out there that don't believe this. Sorry. Just a little bit mind-boggling to me as a player, but that's not what this video is about today. I wanted to bitch about that grass looks greener and the whole risk versus reward thing in today's current format. So first off, playing a 60 card deck should not be rewarding. This is just my opinion only. Much like most of these videos on this channel are from my experiences and my experiences only. I like to bring these things up and give my insight on them. And in a card game, playing more cards shouldn't be rewarding to you. Alright? I don't know. It just seems like consistency shouldn't exist in the sphere of playing, what, an extra 1/3 of your deck. It's one of those things. Alright? So, where am I going with this? Well, first off, if you guys know anything about Magic at all, I hope you do. I hope you guys paid attention to what Dredge was over the last couple of months. I sold my Affinity deck, but we're still kind of keeping up with Magic a little bit. So Dredge was a deck that you would essentially play with your graveyard as your hand. That grass looks greener essentially allows your deck to become Dredge and allows you to play from the graveyard. Obviously, Fairy Tale Snow is one of the best card to play from the graveyard as the potential of Dredge. Same thing with Infernoids. Getting access to Anaku, Deviati, massive board wipes, all because you have a one card that effectively allows you to mill. Now, once again, you shouldn't be rewarded for this. Now, you can make the argument on the opposite side of the table. I don't know if I want to talk about this early in this video, but we're going to. So we'll probably come back and be jumping over here in thoughts. But your opponent can play 50 cards to counteract this. I actually was talking to a Paleo player, my regional. He's playing 50 cards to counteract lawn mowing. Which, oh, my ABC deck ain't gonna want to play no 50 cards. That's for fucking sure. But for me, wanting to play the most optimal build, if my opponent's 60 card brick opens up optimal, granted for 60 cards, then I'll get potentially punished while they create Dredge mode. You guys thought Spellbook of Judgment was horrible? Well, fucking let me tell you about my opponent potentially having an extra 7 cards for no fucking reason. I like that comparison. Spellbook Judgment to that grass looks greener as a fucking 3 of 6 of if you're playing left arm. Depends. Some people aren't, some people are. It's kinda come in and out. But why should I have to adjust, man, fucking why should I have to adjust my consistency so that I don't potentially get blown out in a matchup? Now, we've always looked at this game, actually it's a very interesting point here. We've always looked at the game as we need to adjust and side deck cards to handle and adjust certain matchups. Now I think the mind games have reached, I guess, another level when you're looking at this, because not only I can't effectively side in more than 6 cards for this matchup outside of Lancia and Imperial Iron Wall, but however I can generally adjust my deck size to counteract the effect of that grass looks greener. which can create inconsistencies. So I said we were going to go back to this point though. Why should I have to adjust my deck size when I have a side deck for this? And this creates a very interesting, I almost want to say paradox though, because you're playing more cards to counteract your opponent creating a dredge scenario. Now the non-paradox side of it is you now have to mind game, prepare yourself beyond just the standard side decking. You might have to include more cards in your main deck for these scenarios. It's very interesting. Actually didn't think about this before we made this video. It's just something kind of came up with here. The fact that you have to basically, essentially, not only ensure that your deck, obviously the side deck is one thing, but having a proper prepared main deck now, outside of, standard 40 consistency, whatnot, but now you're going to have to play a few more cards. You don't have to do anything, but if you're going down the path of these weird 48, 55 card decks, I think there was a really weird 55 card ABC deck that just kind of popped up out of nowhere. But wasn't playing Grassland Screener, but you're letting your opponent just mill 5 off of your potential play. I mean, it's good. Like, how do you think the 60 card decks handle the mirror matches? Shit just kind of happens. I mean, obviously some of these decks search. Some of these decks you might be able to mill more. Your best case scenario is if your opponent's playing 40 and you're playing 60. Remember, you go down to 55, they go down to 35. You're still milling 20. That's your absolute best case scenario. But is that fair? Is it? Spellbook of Judgment? Fucking, because Spellbook was a card in the game. Boom, science, mind blown. Spellbook was a card that required you to actually interact and actually play your deck. Now we have a deck that feeds off of the opponent playing the most optimal point that they can, and you get rewarded for it. Like, what the fuck is this shit? So to the one person that typically is going to comment, like, fucking, your fat ass is stupid, why are you ranting about this? Is just adapt. So, once again, I have to play my deck less consistently because I'm worried about my opponent opening up that Grassland Screener. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got Grassland Screener at the Indie Regional round 3. Fucking my opponent milled 3 absolute blackjack. Fucking playing 60 card paleos. Guess what? I fucking got the shit blown out of me. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory what happens in these matchups. You kind of just have to bank that your opponent's not going to have the grass multiple games. If they have the grass, they have the grass 2 games in a row. Like, they're just fucking better than you. That's all it is. Also, if they have the grass, you can kind of pray that they mill bad. I think the paleo mills are a little bit better than the standard Infernoid mills. Just saying. A little bit more ridiculousness out there. But that's besides the point, guys. So, what do you guys think about that Grassland Screener? I think the card's absolutely fucking bonkers. I think it should need to go to 1. Now, the part I didn't talk about in this video is, yes, we are getting Ghost Ash. We will have Ghost Ash roughly a month. That doesn't make the scenarios for these decks any better. I assume that less Grassland Screener decks will exist in the format because Dinosaur Turbo will be a thing. The deck that can essentially produce way more than it needs to. But, these decks will still exist. I just don't think they're going to exist on the scale they are now, but that does not make Grassland Screener any less of an imbalanced card. God, gotta get my English right here. Ghost Ash will naturally check the card. We know this. Just means you're gonna have to play Ghost Ash. Once again, I have to make my deck less inconsistent for fucking bullshit because it's fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Just some days, fucking having to play bad cards because your opponent's playing bad cards that are inherently good. That's just how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. Once again, guys, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Obviously, this is a very heartfelt topic to a lot of people that are enjoying 60 cards. I mean, I've been enjoying watching my friend play 60 card Lights, War, and Zombies. which we'll have his deck profile up later today for you guys. So I have a little bit extra content today, but not much else to really say. So guys, comment down below, tell me what you guys think about that grass slip screener. Obviously everything in this video, bada bing bada boom, me, you, we make good discussion down below. Thank you, goodbye, deuces. That's not all, folks. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please check out my Cardfight Vanguard channel, VanCole40. You guys will get an insight on our playtesting sessions. And please check out the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. That way you guys can follow the House of Champions and MCole40 interactions. Please check out MCole Games for all of your guys' trading card game needs. And if you guys enjoyed this content, please check out my Patreon in the description. Every bit helps to the creation of these videos. One step at a time in improvement, and that's the goal of this channel. Alright guys, have a good time, and thanks for watching.